She must hunt again. The cubs are very vulnerable alone. Leopards and hyenas keep an eye out for hidden youngsters. And with so many dangerous hippos nearby, the odds are not good. Leaving them can't be easy. Down by the river, a newborn hippo calf has just joined the nursery. The mothers supervise the new additions. As the river dries, more hippos continue to arrive. The newcomers cause dangerous turmoil. Every mother has her problems. The lion Pride is still stuck on the wrong side of the river. A buffalo calls in distress. The muddy banks are a death trap for a heavy buffalo, and this one is stuck. The croc soon retreats. The buffalo is still dangerous. He will defend himself with his horns, and an attack from the rear isn't feasible. The youngsters conclude the same. Killing isn't easy. It's too dangerous. The Pride is left with only one option: wait for it to die. Overnight, the inevitable has happened. Before dawn, they managed to drag it out of the water. The crocodiles haven't given up. The lions chase off everyone they can. Eventually, the Pride withdraws to digest, and the vultures take over. One of the youngsters, in spite of his full belly, wants to defend the carcass. He was a cub last year, and in human terms is like a teenager. He's learning when to be brave and when to give up. And after a few rounds with the vultures, he realizes it's just not worth it. Meanwhile, the mother lioness has spotted the vultures, and she sees her Pride on the wrong side of the river, and with a kill. She hasn't fed her cubs for 2 days. Hunger clouds her judgment. The hippos soon notice her and raise the alarm. The combination of food and seeing her extended family spurs her on. She warns that she means business. It's the second time the giants have backed down, and the score is now even. The mother greets her Pride. It's been 2 months since she left to give birth. She heads for the carcass. Too late. The vultures have finished the meal. Hungry and frustrated, she makes her big mistake. She sets off to hunt by herself on the wrong side of the river. After a mile or two, an impala in a network of gullies. The impala never saw her coming. At last, she has finally made a kill, but her cubs are on the other side of the river, and she is raiding someone else's hunting ground. She's being watched by two territorial males who won't hesitate to kill intruders. She's lucky to escape with only a beating. The males follow her to the river. She has no choice. She has to swim. The croc very nearly got her. The local hippos watch the drama without interfering. The two males could cross the river after her, but they've made their point. She's back in her own territory and immediately returns to where she left her cubs. They're not there. She calls for them. There's no response. All she can do is search. She's been searching all night without success. It's the little female, but no sign of her brother. To find one alone is bad news. She continues to search, but in vain. With hunger and tension everywhere, young life hangs by a thread. The hippos return later each day from their nightly foraging. They're having to travel farther. The Pride, a few miles down the river, find this intrusion onto their beach a serious threat. The hippos have to run the gauntlet. This is only about who is in charge, lions or giants. They face each other, eye to eye. They could ignore one another, but they seem to want each other to know who is boss. The hippo holds its ground, challenging the lioness to attack it. A small psychological victory, perhaps, for the hippo. The lions rule the river. Sooner or later, everyone has to come and drink. At this time of year, the river provides plenty of hunting opportunities. But hunting on a wide open beach is not easy. There is no place to hide for an ambush hunter. And so the lions just wait. If you can bear it, there's an opportunity now. The camouflage of heat. But the impalas are alert and know the lions are there. The hippos, too, are getting accustomed to the lions. Maybe curiosity drew this young one so close to the pride. Maybe he hasn't learned to fear them yet. His innocence may prove fatal. The cat has taught the little giant a lesson that will last long after the claw marks have healed. Several of the hippos bear impressive battle scars. The luangwa keeps flowing, and somehow the hippos are finding enough food. Bachelor bulls are again challenging the dominant hippo. The big beachmaster displays. Splattering dung means, I'm the boss. The chomping jaw means, not now that I'm here. The calves are curious and gather to watch. But this is a dangerous lesson. In the end, the resident bull wins the fight. But one of the babies got in between. The mother couldn't protect her calf from the two fighting giants. It's the youngest who often pay the highest toll. The lions are the only winners this time. One morning, as the hippos are returning from grazing, the mother lioness also returns to her pride. And she's brought the little female cub. Getting to know everyone will take some time. Even her mother isn't very welcoming this morning. There are aunts to meet, and older cousins. Now that her brother is gone, there are no other cubs her own age. The lionesses may be trying to relax, but one of the yearlings is restless. The older male and little female are probably cousins. They make an odd-looking couple of cubs. No one notices them wander off to explore. There's a whole world to discover. The cubs cause a bit of a stir, though they are both far too young to be any danger. Back with the pride, a lioness has woken, but she's not noticed the missing cubs. She's more focused on an opportunity. It's a small herd of kudu bulls, one of the strongest antelopes in Africa. The rest of the pride join the hunt. A second lioness heads for the gullies to work her way around the kudu without being seen. They are slowly setting a trap. The alarm is raised by the impala, and the kudu spot the main attack. The lions spring the trap. The rest of the pride joins the feast. No one notices that two youngsters are missing. When the cubs wake up, they realize they have lost the pride. He calls in the hope that someone will respond. They need to find the pride before it gets too dark, and the hippos emerge to feed. Too late. Maybe the older has an instinct to protect the younger. He is about to do something very brave. A pint-sized lion chases off a huge giant. An unlikely victory. Lions are the only social cats. That means looking after each other. The two young lions arrive at the river. It's the best place to wait for the pride to turn up. The first rain for 8 months. But for the cubs, it doesn't help. The rain will wash away tracks and scent. They're both too young to catch food and will starve, though it's more likely that hippos or large predators will find them first. An unfamiliar roar. Nomads from upriver. If the males detect the cubs, they would almost certainly try to kill them. Male lions often kill cubs they don't know. But today, the cubs have an unlikely ally. The hippos chase them off. The cubs are safe. It's an extraordinary turn of events, and the cubs are incredibly lucky. At a time of turf war between lions and hippos, the giants may have saved two young lions' lives. By sunrise, they are still on their own. After 8 months, the new season brings with it a cautious serenity.